it's a terrible thing, because what happened is they're brainwashed. This is psychological conditioning. And that was the purpose of locking people up. And in Israel, you had more lockups than anybody. Every time they lock up, what do you think people are doing? They're glued to the television. And all they're listening is propaganda, 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 repeat, 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 repeat. And so they think, obviously, it must be right. Well, I'm sorry. Adults have to get out of that box and understand that, the whole thing makes no sense when you really, and eventually, I don't know that is if there is a human, it's up in the air. But if humanity survives this and overcomes it, it's going to be some reckoning. There will have to be Nuremberg-style trials. Every one of the leaders in the world. Sorry.
I think it would need to be more effective than the Nuremberg first trials. I mean, how many people stood for trial? 48 people? I think this would need to be thousands.
But that document that came out of it, don't belittle.
Oh, 100%.
The Nuremberg Code is the strongest.
That's okay. Don't worry about that. While you say that,
I'm on Zoom now.
While you say that the Nuremberg Code is a very strong document, and I do believe that, I think it's probably one of the most founding documents, other than maybe the founding documents of the United States.
It's even better.
It's even better, but
because
it kind of
addressed it actually goes together with some of the United States documents, in that it says, no, the state is not supreme.
Exactly.
The human being is supreme. But
look at the disrespect.
It gives to each human being human rights, and that is, and it's beyond borders. It holds whether it's wartime or peacetime. It extended into, international law. They really had to create something out of it. And it's interesting. There were several Jews who were involved in, first of all, international law at that time didn't even have anything about genocide and all that. And he came up with some of the terminology. And it's also, there was Dr. Moses in Germany, who had in 1933 formulated ethical standards for medical research after some 93 children died from a vaccine in Germany. And he was so horrified by what happened there that he formulated ethical principles, and they were distributed. It's interesting, in 1933. But eventually, of course, the Nazis discarded all that, and he was sent to Theresienstadt, where he died. But his document was used
in the Nuremberg,
because he also had included the Hippocratic Oath and voluntary informed consent.